Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope it's fantastic. Everything is great. I had a new thing happen to me. For the last, well, I don't know, most of my adult life, I've filed my own taxes. When I was in the military, they do it for you. Well, you still have to go and they do it, but it's free. I did it with H&R Block for a few years after that, and then I think I've been doing it with TurboTax now for like 15 years, something like that. Because I have the LLC, and because like my YouTube revenue and any other work revenue that I do outside of my day job flows through the LLC, I've had to file like a different type. I don't get to do the regular 1040 or whatever. I have to do this expanded version, and that costs extra through TurboTax to do all of that. But it's worth it because I get to write off all the little things. I get to write off my web hosting and camera gear, and so I don't pay taxes on that money, which means that I'm not paying as much. And for the last 10 years or so, let's see, yeah, I registered my LLC in 2012. So for the last 11 years, 10 years, it's fluctuated between like losing a tiny bit of money and gaining a little bit. Like it's never really been anything worth. It's not really even been worth my time, honestly. But that all changed last year when I took on the side job. The side job is now providing significant income for the business. I'm running it through the business as a contract. In addition, the software that I got back from the state this year will be a pretty sizable chunk of change for the business because this business owns the software. It's kind of a what? You know? So this year I decided to go to a tax person and say, listen, I think that I'm going to make enough money this year that I should probably worry about estimated taxes. I don't know for sure what to do with all of this. Will you please just do it for me? and and so I got that. Yesterday I went and picked up the packet of information they gave me, and this particular tax company, this particular CPA slash tax people, man, they really went above and beyond. Like, for one, the price wasn't outrageous. It was, I thought, not enough, but whatever. Like, they charge what they charge. And number two, I'm not a big business. I'm a very tiny, tiny business, My very, very tiny business made me an extra, say, $4,000 last year. It was, I think, a little more than that. But after write-offs and stuff, I ended up owing like an extra $1,000 in taxes that I have to pay. No big deal. I knew that. The money's been sitting there. It's fine. But this year, if things continue like they did last year, with the amount of hours I was able to give to the business last year, with the extra income from the side thing, I'm going to owe a lot of taxes. And I need to pay those quarterly or I'll get penalized. Like, that's how it works. If you're making X dollars, you need to pay quarterly. It's called estimated taxes. And so I got the packet from this guy, from this agency. My tax guy, he's been really awesome. I got the packet from them, and I was really blown away. I opened it up, and it was like, we have already filed. We are e-filing your state and local or state and federal tax returns. All you need to do is put a check in an envelope with this voucher, sign it, send it in. Then they broke down yearly, like, here's what you got to pay on this date, this date, this date for estimated taxes. And they provided the vouchers, they provided the envelopes, pre-addressed. All I have to do is, again, write a check, put it in the envelope, stick it in the mail. Blown away. Like, that's awesome. That's like the best thing ever. And I am so freaking satisfied with that service because it's like things like that where I have to figure out what I need to do with my money, and when I get so panicky about it because it's like I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to do something wrong and get in trouble. And it means a lot to me to have somebody do that. And I'm not like, I have no extra stuff, when it comes to filing my taxes. I don't have a bunch of investments that I need to take care of. I don't have foreign currencies. I don't have crypto. I don't have any of these weird, like, the stuff that people with a lot of money have that they have to figure out a way to claim on their federal forms. I don't have any of that. I just have a job and I have this side income and that's it. I have mortgage payments or whatever that I get to write off the interest, or I don't know. But it's not like I have a challenging tax return. I didn't go to this person because my tax return was challenging. I could have filed the business taxes by myself, no big deal. I went to this person because I'm scared of how much I'm going to owe next year. It's a lot of money. It's fine. I have the money. Like, I'm making the money to pay the money. Not a big deal. But it's the peace of mind knowing that it was filed correctly, it was done correctly, and I've got good advice about how to protect myself from even more tax than I need to be paying, right? Totally worth it. 100% recommend. We'll continue using this service for forever, even if it costs me twice what TurboTax was paying. I think that's roughly about what it cost. I'm fine with it. Like, totally okay with that. Excellent service, and I just I feel so much better knowing that regardless of how much money, when I saw the numbers and I opened the thing and he was like, you need to send a check for this much, I was just like, oh my God. Like, right now I look at my business account and I'm like, that's a lot of money. There's a lot of money just sitting there. I've never had that much money sitting in an account before. And then I look at these numbers and I go, oh, that's all of that. Like, I don't have any money, right? It's not technically how it works, but, it really put things back into perspective. Like, okay, I need to pay a bunch of this. And I'm, again, perfectly fine with that. I'm not going to do anything to try to cheat on taxes. That would just be completely outrageous. But as a reminder, taxes are due, I think, the 18th. So, if you haven't started them yet, maybe consider it. It's getting close. Anyway, that's my story. Taxes in the U.S. are weird. I really do wish it was an automatic thing like a lot of the other countries. But at the same time, now that I'm in this weird fringe where I have to worry about these extra things, I'm super thankful to have somebody that can give me guidance on all of that. I got no questions for you today. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is primordial. It is an adjective meaning relating to the beginning of time or the early periods of Earth's developments. The Summerfield's fortune has been in the family for so long that many of us joke that it has primordial origins. Primordial. Primordial. That's another word in this book that I don't feel is particularly, smart, or I feel like that's a pretty common word.